So we are back with a new Pokemon Random Battle and we are starting off with Gardevoir against Vileplume. Quite interesting to be honest, because I'm at an advantage here with Psychic, but Vileplume probably survives Swamp Psychic and can put me to sleep. What's also interesting is that I have both Raikou and Suicune, so two very decent legendaries. I'm just gonna throw out a Psychic here, check out what my opponent will do. And he brings in a Slacking, which I also have. That's a bit interesting, since Slacking does basically hit my whole team for free. I could predict a Shadow Ball here, but I think a return is enough, so I just bring my Feraligatr. Okay. So he actually goes for the Shadow Ball. I would have gone for the return, I guess, since the normal type just counters the Ghost move, but it was the right choice in this case. So yeah, no issue there, I guess. So my opponent brings him the Vileplume, and I'm pretty sure Vileplume usually doesn't have a grass move, sometimes HP grass. But often it just has the Sunny Day Solar Beam and HP Fire set with Sleep Powder, I guess. I will bring in Gardevoir now. Let's hope he doesn't put me to sleep. Okay, so he actually had HP Grass and used it. Okay, alright. And now I can just throw out another Psychic. Gardevoir is a good switch in, except for the Sleep Powder, since Vileplume can set up Sun with the Chlorophyll ability. But since I trace the Chlorophyll ability, I would still be faster. And maybe my opponent doesn't take this into consideration. So let's see what he will swap into the Psychic now. Yeah, it's quite the heated game here right now. That's because it's very hot at my place. This summer is pretty insane so far. And my opponent has a Mr. Mime. Okay, so that's interesting. Mr. Mime is a bit dangerous for me. Let's hope he doesn't have Substitute. Okay, he goes for the Calm Mind. I'm pretty sure Slacking does one shot, but let's just see how my damage ranges are. So if I have a return, for example. Okay, return actually does not one shot. Hyper Beam would one shot. And oh, I have still the Vileplume there. Of course, return is one shot. I was already confused why it would do so little damage. Okay, so return is enough, so I will just press return now. If he set up Substitute, he basically would have yeah, had me in a bad situation, to be honest, since he then can just always Substitute every second turn, and every other turn he would be free to do whatever he pleases. So Feraligatr is basically my most tanky Pokemon, except maybe Suicune also. So if we both have an Slacking, my return would deal between 52 and 62%. So that's not enough for the one-shot, unfortunately. He can't one-shot me either, but I think I still stay in just to scout out this move. Okay, he uses Hyper Beam, alright. That's good to know. So now I can just use the return for free. He has to stay in this case. And now he can use another Hyper Beam. And we can trade Slackings here. I think I actually want to do that, to be honest. Because he can swap out if he uses Hyper Beam. So I think I will just... yeah, I will just throw away my Slacking. Also, Hyper Beam could miss, so in this case I would be in a good situation. And now I could bring in Fearow, which can also deal with the Mr. Mime quite handily, but I also could bring in the Feraligatr. Let's just check how much Mr. Mime would do with a Thunderbolt. It would do a maximum of 56%, so in this case I will just... yeah, bring in my Feraligatr. So let's see. Let's just press Earthquake here. So we can finish the Slacking for free. So we basically traded our Slackings. Unfortunately, my Earthquake also is not enough for the Mr. Mime. Since it's almost close to full health, unfortunately. But still, I also would survive one Thunderbolt. In theory. So maybe I will just sack the Feraligatr here. So maybe bringing in Firo would have been smarter, but I didn't want to give my opponent the information. It's good to have a quick choice band attacker in the back. So let's see, what does he want to bring in against my Feraligatr. Feraligatr is also choice band. It's quite interesting. So I basically had 3 choice band Pokemon so far and 3 special attackers. So interesting team. Maybe he's greedy, goes for something stupid here. He goes for the Calm Mind, okay, so I guess he wants to set up once and then use the Thunderbolt. That's a good decision. And now I have my Firo in the back, which can just deal with the Mr. Mime without any issue. And I will just press return. So he's sacking the Mr. Mime, okay. Firo is always choice band and I outspeed, so if he had any decent Pokemon coming in to tank the return, I would have sent in the Pokemon instead. He has a Zapdos, okay. So let's just check for a second how this trade will go. I outspeed and I do not know why the damage calculator hates return so much. But the Thunderbolt actually kills me. So yeah. I have to swap and I will bring in the Raikou. So he actually predicted me to swap, okay. That's a good play. Still, I think it's a good idea to bring in Raikou since I have a Sleep Talk set. Here unfortunately there's Camerupt, so that's also a good swap in. So he has some good counters to my remaining Pokemon so far. Camerupt Zapdos is an annoying combo. So let's see what he will do against the Suicune. So he didn't expect me, or he maybe did expect me to swap into the Firo, but he didn't expect me to have a Watermon, I guess. Suicune will, of course, not be able to deal with the Zapdos very well, so I can chip it a bit with the Surf. And yeah, he has a Sceptile, so okay, Suicune is basically pretty useless except for the Camerupt, since I also do not have an Ice move, which is not very nice for me, to be honest. Yeah, I do not want any damage on my Firo, so I bring in a Gardevoir. Gardevoir is only, yeah, a bit useful, maybe for the Zapdos. But except that I do not have too many use cases for it, so maybe he just stalls me now with substitutes. It's unfortunate that he has both Toxic on Zapdos and the Sceptile. But let's see how things turn out. Okay, so my Psychic deals a moderate amount of damage. And okay, so maybe I should have used the Fire Punch. I was maybe expecting him to swap, but still I can just... I think I will just press the Fire Punch now. Okay. Because now he... yeah, will defeat my Gardevoir. I have no Pokemon which is quicker, but I do have Hero with Quick Attack. Since it's Choice Band, I think it will deal with the Sceptile decently well. Unfortunately, Sceptile is so quick that I do not want to bring in any of my ones. It hits Raikou very hard with Earthquake, it hits Suicune very hard with the Leaf Blade. Firo is my best choice. Maybe he doesn't expect me to have the Quick Attack. If he swaps into Zapdos, I would have been in trouble, but he actually stays in. So that's good for me. I will bring in the Raikou now. He might double to Camerupt. Okay, now he stays in. That's good for me, I guess. And now I have to think how I will deal with the Camerupt. I'll just press HP Ice, okay. So he protects, he wants to stall with the Toxic. That's fine for me, I will just rest up in this case. And he swaps into the Camerupt, alright. So now he's in the situation that he can hit my Suicune with the Earthquake for good damage. And I can try to hit his Zapdos coming in with the surf. Oh, he actually stays with the Camerop. Okay, maybe he predicted me to double out. So yeah, that's pretty good for me, honestly. So I can just bring in Raikou, and Raikou basically should wall the Scepters completely, unless I get unlucky crits. But since I have a Sleep Talk set, I am able to rest very often. So as long as I do not have too bad of a crit luck, I should be able to deal with him. Also, I can get attacking moves while waking up, or by being asleep with the Sleep Talk. So my hidden power did 72%, so that would be about 36 without the crits. So let's just see how the damage ranges are. So my HP Ice does at least 35.6%, so I can just press HP Ice. If I didn't have the damage range, I could have just went back to sleep and kept using the Sleep Talk, and basically, even if I was very unlucky or didn't have a reliable way to hurt my opponent, I could have still stalled his PP basically. So yeah, that was a good game. My opponent played pretty good, I'd say. The only thing I would have done was throw away the Camerop, because he would have forced me to make a prediction, since he could have just swapped between Scepters and Camerop and always hit Suicune with the Earthquake coming in. The Earthquake did some decent damage, so if I got even crit once, it would have been very bad for me. So it already did about 40% damage. So yeah, but still it was a good game. So GG to my opponent, and we will see each other in the next random battle. So we are back with a new Pokemon Generation 3 random battle, and this time we are starting with a Ho-Oh against the Salamence. So I guess I wanna swap here. What is a bit difficult, because if the Salamence is choice banded, it can be annoying. I could threaten it with Poliwrath. I don't think it goes for the HP flying against the Ho-Oh. So let's see what it does. If it's not choice banded, I should also be fine, because Poliwrath just should demolish it with the Ice Beam. But the Dragon Dance sets are also kind of dangerous. So it didn't do too much damage with the Rock Slide right now. Yeah, so it's not choice banded, so it goes for the hidden power flying now. But my Ice Beam just one-shots. So very good to bring Salamence down so quickly. And let's see what my opponent wants to bring in now. If it was choice band, I could have gone for the Hypnosis as next option. So now I have to face a Sharpedo, and I will just look up if my Brick Break is enough for the one shot. So I have to change here for a second. So it's a range. Still, I don't think I have a much better answer against Sharpedo, because I have two Firemons and yeah, a Psychic Mon. So Armaldo would be another option, but it's weak to water. So I'm just gonna go for the Brick Break now. So he goes down and uses the Substitute. That's very nice for me, because now my next Brick Break will kill, certainly. He can now try to whittle himself down with substitutes to get the Petaya Berry, but then I will also recover HP in the meantime. Also, I don't get or I don't lose health due to the Rough Skin if he has a substitute up. So that's also very nice for me. So I can just recover a bit of HP. And let's see what my opponent wants to do here now. So he's probably thinking whether he should swap or just attack with the Sharpedo. As far as the damage goes, I should survive if he has... Oh, okay, here's the damage card goes for a physical set, but I still think since its special attack is less than its physical attack, I should be able to deal with a special move. So he decides to swap into the Gardevoir, and I just happen to have a few good counters. So unfortunately Umbreon does not have an HP Dark, So I'm just gonna go for the Armado to threaten it, because I'm afraid of, yeah, it's setting up and maybe having substitute, because then it just completely walls my Umbreon. So now I'm just gonna go for the HP bug. Both of his mons so far don't want to get hit by that. So let's see what he will bring in as a next Pokemon. I guess he will swap, not risking to lose his Gardevoir so quickly. So he brings in Ninjask. Ninjask is a very annoying Pokemon to deal with. So it has the ability Speed Boost, and usually just can put Baton Pass its attack and Speed Boosts after Sword Dance. Even if I swap, it will already have Sword Dance. So I just gonna press HP Bug again, because even though I'm 4 times resisted, I still deal damage to it. And now he can just Baton Pass it once. He won't get off another chance to Baton Pass. So let's see what he will bring in. Both of his current mons do not have a physical set, as it seems at least. So I guess he will bring Baton Pass it to one of its other 2 mons. So he's using Protect to stall another turn to get an additional speed boost. And let's see what he will bring in now. So Ninjas basically can be a free win in this format, depending on the team. Since just +2 attack and speed is so strong for some mons. So it's actually a Nidoqueen, and unfortunately it's not choice spent, otherwise I would have a good way to deal with it. But as it seems, it is not. So I can't outspeed the Nidoqueen, and it will deal a lot of damage to my Pokemon. So I'm just gonna bring in Umbreon now, and it gets poisoned by the Sludge Bomb immediately. So that's not very nice, but I'm just gonna go for the Wish now. And yeah, hope that I can bring in the Poliwrath. Thing is, Poliwrath, I don't know if it can survive +2 attack from Nidoqueen. I wish my Umbreon would have survived without the poison 1 turn longer, so it would have just died next turn. And then I would have been able to just bring in Poliwrath and get it healed immediately, because right now the Earthquake deals up to 90%, so that's way too much for me. So I don't really know what I should do here. So since the rest of his team is very quick, I just will bring in Ho-Oh and go for the Sacred Fire. Maybe I can burn the Nidoqueen. If it actually one-shots me, I can bring in Poliwrath. And if it doesn't, I can maybe attack once again with the Ho-Oh. Unfortunately, I do not get the burn, so that's very unlucky for me. So let's hope I can get a second chance and burn it this time maybe. So it doesn't get burned both times, so that's very fun once again. Yeah. So I'm a bit out of options now on what I should do, to be honest. All I can really do is, my only option really is Armaldo right now, although I wanted to save it, because Armaldo can at least tank a hit. So I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake now. If he swaps into Ninjask, he gets another free Sword Dance Baton Pass, but I have to do something, because otherwise the Nidoqueen just steamrolls my other Pokemon, and I don't think I should risk. Yeah. So it was a good play by my opponent, but if I just pressed another attack, I would have basically lost. So let's see what we will do next. What shall we do is the question. So I'm gonna bring in Rapidash now. He will Sword Dance. And now he will probably use Protect, or he will Baton Pass immediately. In both cases I wanna bring up my substitute now. And yeah, let's see. Because if I have a substitute up, I can maybe deal with the upcoming Pokemon. Yeah, he uses the Protect, alright. So that's very nice for me. So now I can get hit 1 additional time. And I will just press Fire Blast, because I think it should deal... yeah, if he brings in the Nido Queen again, I wanna deal more damage. Because if he brings in Sharpedo, he will tank the Fire Blast very well. And also Gardevoir will just get Flash Fire from me. So, oh, okay, so he brings in a Shuckle, alright. Even with 2 times speed, it's slower than my Rapidash. So that's very nice for me, so I can just poison it. And yeah, he can't really do much to me. I can just use the HP Rock now. He will Encore me into it, yeah. But still, I'm also not threatened by the Rap, because he can't really break my Substitute, and without my Substitute broken, the Rap will not trap me. So whatever comes in now just gets hit by my HP Rock. And if he opts to stay in, his Shuckle will just get whittled down. So now he has to use his Rest. Healing up, alright. So now I just keep HP Rocking. Like, I'm not really threatened by the Shuckle. It's just a bit annoying, but... yeah, I'm still able to deal with it. Also, the 2 times attack boost isn't too dangerous for me here. So let's just see. So he Encores me once again, so now he isn't poisoned, but still I don't really have to be afraid by anything. One of the reps critted. So I don't really know if he wants to PP stall me now. I also don't know if we can really break through with anything. Because I'm in a good position with Rapidash, but I am gonna swap to Armaldo now. Because I still... ah, okay, I'm actually slower than the Shuckle. Okay, that's annoying, because the Rock Slide could just... flinch him, so now I'm risked getting poisoned by Toxic. But if he opts to go for the Toxic, I can at least deal with the Shuckle, because except my Maldo, I don't think any of my other mons has the strength to break through the Shuckle's defenses. So yeah, he trades in the Shuckle. Okay, the Rock Slide hits at least, alright. For the poison on Armaldo. Which will stack up very quickly, since I have a Choice Band in Armaldo. So there's no leftover recovery. And now my opponent brings back the Sharpedo. My Poliwrath, however, can just come in. So now he has an additional hit on the Poliwrath. So at least I hope that I am fine. Yeah, okay. So he deals 36% so far. And now he will probably go into the Gardevoir, I guess. So I predict the swap and just go into the Armaldo. And now I have to look up how much my HP bug did against the ninjas, because I think it did enough to threaten the kill. So it was 48 and 47, it is 42 so far. So I'm just gonna press HP bug again here. I hope he is not able to substitute with the Gardevoir. So I hope he doesn't have substitute on the Gardevoir. He does not, as it seems, so he just uses the Psychic here. So that's good for me. But now his Ninjas comes in, I guess. Oh no, it doesn't, alright. So he's back into the Sharpedo. So Sharpedo did... okay, it's a bit interesting how things will turn out now. Because he can just substitute and then he has the Petaya Berry. Oh, but he just goes for the Hydro Pump, alright. So now I should have swapped into Poliwrath, because then I would have healed. But the problem is I didn't know. He could have just gone for the substitute and then I lose my Poliwrath. So yeah, now is the question whether I want to maybe use the Mr. Mime now. Because Mr. Mime should be able to deal with basically everything he has left. So I'm just gonna go in with the Mr. Mime and press Thunderbolt here. The only thing he can swap into is Nidoqueen, but Nidoqueen will fall to a Psychic, and now he basically sacrifices his Sharpedo, and now he can bring in Ninjask, since Ninjask will now outspeed me. So it's actually dangerous for me to stay in with the Mr. Mime now. So yeah, because he wants to attack me, yeah, right. But now I can just threaten with the Fire Blast. And he can't baton pass an attack boost this time, because his Ninjask will just fall if he Sword Dances. So that's very nice for me, and without the attack boost I should be able to deal with the Nidoqueen, I hope at least. So Nidoqueen actually gets burned, that's very lucky for me, I have to admit it. And now I can just bring in the Poliwrath against the Nidoqueen. Poliwrath shouldn't get too much damage against the burned Nidoqueen, right? So now he only has Ninjask, and I can just Ice Beam, except if he may be able to kill me with the hidden power. But I don't think it will be enough. I wouldn't protect here since Ninjask outspeeds everything anyway, and I can just get more health back from the leftover. So now the hidden power is not enough to kill me. He should have just attacked me the first chance he had. So now my Poliwrath survived with 2 HP, and I was able to win. So GG to my opponent. It was quite close, I'd say. And we will see each other in the next random battle. See ya!